Hello race fans and welcome to the circuit Hermanos Rodríguez for the 2021 Mexican Grand Prix here in one of the highest circuits in terms of altitude on the Formula 1 calendar, and let's see who can take pole around this historic circuit. Here we are, here's your practice report. Keito Watanabe, after a decent performance in the USA, looks to be repeating his performance, but this time his teammate Marino Sato looks very good as well. And in practice 2, Watanabe shocked the F1 community by going third overall, the only two drivers ahead of him being both Mercedes. So perhaps the Toyota engine, similar to the Honda, works better at the high altitudes of the circuit. Sato, it's a little debatable in practice 2. However, breaking news coming out from practice 3 that Toyota Racing on Keito Watanabe's car discovered a gearbox problem, meaning they had to get a new gearbox before the 6 race allocation period, meaning that for the race, Keito Watanabe will serve a 5-place grid penalty from where he qualifies on Saturday. So therefore meaning that qualifying for the Japanese driver is going to be even more crucial than it has been before. Around the circuit Hermanos Rodríguez, a lot of downforce is needed, so Toyota has shared their setup, a little more downforce, and no upgrades for Toyota heading into this race weekend, but they still stand at the 6th best car in the pecking order over AlphaTauri, which will be crucial for the fight for P6. And here goes Keito Watanabe heading into the S section of turns 7 to 11, and He's doing pretty well. I mean, the car's been a bit understeery, as you can see there. A little wide to the exit of turn 11, but hopefully that doesn't affect his lap too much. And here we go through the stadium section. Just such a great vibe through this part of the circuit. You can hear the roar of the crowd on all sides in the grandstand as Watanabe rounds the final corner, crosses the line, and only goes 5th fastest. Much better lap second time around for Keito Watanabe, almost 5/10 up, but he's losing a bit of time through the stadium section. It's a very tight corners, and the Toyota seems to be having trouble in the slow speed corners. Really contradictory to what we've seen in practice. He crosses the line and goes 6th overall. And looking at our standings, Keito Watanabe drops down to 12th in an AlphaTauri sandwich. So once again, we're looking to have a tight fight between AlphaTauri and Toyota Racing for that P6 in the constructors. And shock horror, Marino Sato makes it into Q2, his first Q2 appearance of the year. This is going to do well for Toyota if they want to re-sign the rookie. But as a result, we lose Esteban Ocon, Williams, and Haas. Again, through the swerving S section of this Mexican Grand Prix circuit. And Watanabe again looking to have trouble due to final section through turns 10 and 11. It gets a little tight as Yuki Tsunoda puts in a fast lap. And here goes Watanabe heading through the final corner a bit wide in his exit, which definitely was going to lose him a bit of time. A bit of snap of oversteer through that final corner. And Watanabe down in 12th for a second run of the session. Is it good enough to get out of the bottom 5? It is, but only 8th place, so Watanabe will surely have to do another lap on these old soft tires. And here goes Watanabe, already 3/10 up, but Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin is definitely going to impede his progress as he goes wide. The Toyota goes wide through turn 6. And that's definitely not going to help his lap at all, as he's lost tons of time to the Aston Martin. Was there dirty air interference? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Through the stadium section, and Watanabe is not going to improve. He's in P11 at the moment. This could be the Toyota's out of qualifying after a great performance in the USA. Yes, the Toyota is out in P11. That's strategic pole position for the Toyota driver. Unfortunately, though, with that grid penalty, he's going to fall back to P16. So hopefully, some other drivers get some penalties as well. Welcome along, race fans, to the circuit Hermanos Rodríguez here in Mexico City for the Mexico City Grand Prix of 2021. This is one of the highest altitudes that the Formula 1 racers will be racing on this year, as Honda usually does very well at these altitudes. Max Verstappen being the only driver in 2018 to record consecutive Mexico City Grand Prix wins around this circuit. And here is our circuit layout here. 10 turns to the right and 7 to the left for a combination of 17 corners. The long front straight where we can see some great overtakes into turn 1 and that stadium section where fans and grandstands surround the drivers through an old baseball stadium, and that is possibly one of the best places to watch this race from. And here we are, onto the starting grid. Valtteri Bottas having taken pole position over Lewis Hamilton. It's a Mercedes front row, and can Valtteri Bottas take the championship here in this race? Only one other driver has done this. In 2017 and 2018, Lewis Hamilton was the only driver to ever record their championship win at the circuit. But can Toyota repeat on the Japanese success of their rival Honda? We'll have to wait and see. And here's the starting grid for the Mexico City Grand Prix here at the Circuit Hermanos Rodríguez. Valtteri Bottas having taken pole position, and Lewis Hamilton making it a Mercedes front row. Valtteri Bottas looks very poised to take his championship crown here at this race circuit. And we'll have to look through the rest of the grids. Max Verstappen falls behind, Daniel Ricciardo in P4, Lance Stroll P5, Carlos Sainz P6, Charles Leclerc P7 having taken an engine penalty, and Sergio Perez in P8, Kimi Raikkonen being promoted up the grid, and Marina Sato, first time this driver's appeared in the top 10, Keita Watanabe 11th, Russell 12th, Tsunoda 13th, Gasly 14th. The Toyotas will be very happy to be ahead of these two, as both of them have to serve engine penalties. Nikita Mazepin, Sebastian Vettel also serving engine penalties, Esteban Ocon alongside Mick Schumacher, disappointing qualifying for the Alpine, Giovinazzi, Alonso 19th, 20th, and Latifi 21st, and Lando Norris following his teammates' footsteps with a full engine penalty at the back of the grid. Let's get this race started. Here we go, the 5 red lights. The cars are poised and ready to go. It's lights out and off they go. And the cars are gunning it down this long start-finish straight. It's imperative to get a good run. Max Verstappen looks to be contesting one of the Mercedes, and the Toyotas are going side by side as the two Ferraris up ahead, trying to get it past the McLaren. But Sato is diving down the inside. Watanabe takes a conservative approach, 3 wide of an AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo, but Sato has gone so deep, but he's made the move stick. What an amazing move by the Japanese driver. He really wants that seat as he gets by both Ferraris, but now Keita Watanabe needs to contest against this AlphaTauri. Who is it? We're not sure, as he goes down the inside, keeping the position over Yuki Tsunoda, his fellow compatriot. And here we go, trying to see if maybe he can get a move on this Carlos Sainz, as he has to defend against Tsunoda, trying to get by him, but that's Keita Watanabe up into P10. Let's look at the race start here from Marino Sato. We've seen a race start similar to this in Belgium. Do you remember when he made it up into the top 10 after that crazy dive bomb? And Sato, with his seat held in question, this is an imperative move. He almost got Sergio Perez off the start as well. That is an impressive dive bomb, well controlled on the brakes, and especially with those medium tires. Through the S's section we go, and the dirty air is really not helping Watanabe's race, and he goes wide, and Tsunoda, having gotten a good run on those soft tires, is going to look to contest them. Into the stadium section they go. So Watanabe dives down the inside, and he holds the position over the AlphaTauri, a crucial move heading into this race, and he's very close to the Ferraris. Can he maybe get a move on past at least Carlos Sainz? Sato having gotten passed by Leclerc in the stadium section, and now he's going to have to defend against Sainz and his teammate as they head down to start finish straight. DRS not active until lap 3, but ERS deploying plentifully between two drivers. Sainz looks for a move. Sato defends on the inside. Yellow flags in the first sector. What could that be about? Well, here we go. Dives down the inside. That's Watanabe. And there's contact. That's contact between him and the Toyota of his teammate Marina Sato. As Carlos Sainz gains the position again. Esteban Ocon is out of the Grand Prix, but there's so much action happening just for some fledgling points. Each point is crucial for Toyota's fight for P6 in the championship. As Watanabe goes down the inside of Carlos Sainz, the two are fighting it out, but they can't be fighting too long because he opens the door for Yuki Tsunoda to get in on the action, and Watanabe makes it past Carlos Sainz and now is all over the back of his teammate Marino Sato. Into the S's we go. Don't really see overtakes here, but will be crucial, even despite the dirty air, to try and get as close as possible to set up a good move into turn 12, into the stadium section. Here we go. Watanabe, this is his best run yet. Maybe he needs a little dirty air to help him out here. As the two Toyotas go down the straight, Sato defends the outside, but there's nothing he can do as Watanabe dives down the inside and takes P8. What a beautiful series of events. So much has just happened here. Here's the replay of the contact between teammates. As we go, Sato, yes, gets a little shunt from his teammate Watanabe. Here's Carlos Sainz's view the incident. Carlos Sainz sees the Toyota coming and he gives him the space, and I think Watanabe got a little desperate there, but oh yeah, not much grip in those medium tires still for Sato, who will be running longer into the race. And here is what happened to Esteban Ocon, down to start finish straight, trying to get past the Haas of Mick Schumacher and Sebastian Vettel.
Okay guys, I think I'm up. Yeah, I mean the engine is sleeping by itself, and there was some mighty vibration.
And here goes Sato, now having to defend P9 from Carlos Sainz. Not often have we seen a Toyota here on the points on merit from Marino Sato, but he's going to have a hard time defending against the faster Ferrari of Carlos Sainz. No DRS for either driver heading down this part of the circuit. But here we go. Sato defends on the inside and still holds the position, but Sainz still keeps a wheel in. He's in the inside for turn 2, but then the inside becomes the outside for turn 3 as Sato gets the better line. And the two are still side by side, but Yuki Tsunoda is trying to capitalize on the action, see if he can get in on the points as Sato and Sainz down the inside goes Carlos Sainz as Sato gets a wheel on the curb, kind of unsettles the balance as he goes into the inside of turn 5, heading into turn 6 now, and Sato holds the position. What a beautiful side-by-side racing. Here goes Watanabe heading down into the stadium section, and Sato has to defend against Yuki Tsunoda, who managed to get by Carlos Sainz and the two Japanese drivers. There's 3 Japanese drivers in each place, but Tsunoda on the softer tire gets by Marino Sato, and Sato is nearly out of the points. Here you go, lap 5. Right behind Charles Leclerc. Oh, a bit deep on the curve. And oh, I think did Watanabe hit the wall? I think Watanabe hit the wall. I don't think there's any visible damage, but wing damage is not what Watanabe needs. Look at this replay. As you can see, he jumps the curb a little bit, gets a little unsettled on that sausage curb, and you can see a little nip of his front wing being taken out. I don't think it's enough to get a wing change, but that's going to affect his race for sure. Through the S as we go, and Watanabe is struggling for grip. Surely there must be some wing damages. Ooh, yep, there must be, as he really takes out that polystyrene barrier. A little rough, a little unnecessary, but you know, hard to do when you don't have any grip. On to lap 7 now. He's behind this train, led by Stroll. Can Watanabe make it by Charles Leclerc? Heading into turn 6 we go. The Toyota's close. Oh, there's smoke! There's smoke coming out of the engine! That's Watanabe's race surely over. Similar to, look at all that smoke coming out. That is a severe engine failure. And Watanabe's retiring. He's retiring from the Mexico City Grand Prix. Oh, this is not what he needed when there's such a big fight going on for the P6 in the Constructors' Championship. And he's going to lose out to AlphaTauri as Watanabe goes off into the runoff, and reports are saying from the team that it was a turbocharger failure from Watanabe. Not what he needed. With his teammate out of the points, this is surely going to be a race to forget for Kito Watanabe. And Lewis Hamilton prolongs the championship fight as he takes the win over Valtteri Bottas, and Max Verstappen takes P2. Bottas falling down the order into P3. Unfortunate for the Finn. He'll have to wait until our next race to see if he can be crowned champion then. It's probably going to happen, but unfortunately Marino Sato, after such a great start, fell away and ended up in P18 at the end. And Yuki Tsunoda got one solitary point for AlphaTauri over Toyota, and Toyota definitely going to be a race to forget after showing so much potential earlier in the weekend. Nothing really changes in the standings, just Valtteri Bottas having to fight a little harder for that first Drivers' Championship. And now the gap between the two is 23 points between AlphaTauri and Toyota. What a great race for Lewis Hamilton, and Valtteri Bottas will have to wait until Brazil for the Brazilian Grand Prix, and that's going to be an amazing race. Hopefully you can join us then, but from us, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.